The Chase Sapphire Reserve card is going to be the perfect card for somebody looking to start doing some more traveling and dining this year and upgrade from one of the more basic tier cards to a little bit more premium one. Now, it does come in with a yearly fee of $550, but with some of the credits you're going to get back and other things I'll mention in this video, you'll definitely be getting that value as long as you leave the house a couple times a year. Now, to start off with, you're going to want to make sure you have a credit score of around 720 to 800. Obviously, the higher the better. And you're going to want to fall within Chase's 5 to 24 rule, which is essentially you can't have more than 5 personal cards opened up this year. Otherwise, you're pretty much guaranteed to not have your application accepted for this card. Now, immediately with this card, you're going to get a travel statement bonus, which is essentially a credit towards any of the travel expenses charged to the card. This, as long as you're actually using the card for what you got it for, traveling and dining, essentially cuts that $550 fee down to $250. So it's not as bad as it first seems. And with that welcome bonus of 80,000 points that you're getting within 3 months, as long as you spend $4,000, you're getting around $1,200 worth of value from that, plus up to 50% more if you redeem those points through the Chase portal and or if you transfer them to one of the travel or hotel partners. You're going to be able to get a lot more bang for your buck that way and potentially get up to around $2,000 to $2,500 worth of travel or dining expenses covered just from that one welcome bonus. Now for the earnings, you're going to get 5 points per dollar on air travel and 10 points per dollar on hotel and car rentals when purchasing through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal immediately after the first $300 is spent. Then you get 3 points per dollar on any other travel that may be purchased, outside of that Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, and 1 point per dollar spent on all other purchases. So this is, aside from the travel and dining, a great kind of all-around card because you are getting points on generally any purchase that you have aside from those dining and travel expenses. Now, for your benefits, you're going to get the Priority Pass Select membership with the retail value up to $429. You're going to get up to $100 credit towards the Global Entry or TSA Pre check, and you're going to get trip cancellation and interruption insurance, trip delay insurance, loss and delayed baggage insurance, primary care insurance coverage, and no foreign transaction fees. So they've got a ton of benefits packed in with that welcome bonus, packed in with the essentially low yearly fee once you account for that statement credit that you're getting. Kind of an all-around good card. Now, this beginning 2-3 minutes of the video essentially covers the basics of it, and now I'm going to go a little bit more in detail for some of the people that want those details. It's kind of hard to understand the points at face value, so what are we really looking at? Well, essentially if we look at the air travel, which is giving you 5 points per dollar spent on the air travel, if you were to spend, let's say, $100, that would equate to around $5 worth of points because you're getting 1 cent per point. So you multiply, you get 500, divide that by 100 or whatever, and you'd end up with those $5. And those $5 could be used at a 1-to-1 ratio, essentially to buy stuff on Amazon, iTunes, get a cashback reward, whatever you want for general purchases essentially. And then if you were to go and purchase travel, dining, hotels through the Chase travel portal, you would be able to get another 50% value out of that. So essentially for every point you would be getting about 1.5 cents worth of value out of it at the end of the day. So that $5 would then turn into about like $7.50. And you would be able to use that and multiply that by however much you ended up spending on that travel. Let's say you spent $500, now it'd be more like 40 or 50 bucks, and you'd be able to use that to potentially pay off half of your hotel for one night. And that's all essentially kind of free points that you're getting. Now, cards like this are really only going to be worth it if you are actually traveling and you're at that point in your career or life. If you're sitting at home, you don't go to any fancy restaurants, you're very frugal, you're not running a business and have all these expenses where you're going to meet with people and all that kind of stuff, it may not be the best card for you. But certainly if you're either younger and your parents are helping you, pay to go and travel, or if you're a little bit older and you're at the point where now you're trying to take the kids on some more trips, this is going to be huge because yes, it's the $550 a year, but you get that $300 travel statement right back. So let's say you have husband, wife, 2 kids, and you guys are trying to go snowboarding, and you have to fly a couple hours away, that's immediately easy, you know, 1,500, 2 grand if it's, you know, during the cheap time of year. If it's a little bit more expensive, it could be even more. Plus you're paying for the hotel, plus you're paying for Uber and Lyft, which this card gives you about 10 points per dollar spent on Lyft for the foreseeable future as well right now. And you know, you're going to be getting a lot more value back out of the card if you're in that situation where you're going at least, you know, 3-4 times a year. If you're going only once, well, then it kind of depends. Are you driving to those places? Are you flying? So on and so forth. You're gonna have to kind of calculate that for yourself. But essentially, anything over 3 trips a year with more than 1 or 2 people where you're buying $1,000, $2,000 tickets, it's definitely going to be worth it to get this card or to get a similar card. On top of those Lyft benefits, the earnings, and everything else, until December 31st, 2024, you're also going to qualify for the upgraded DoorDash Pass for free just by having the Chase Sapphire Reserve card. Now, the Priority Pass membership that comes with this card is going to give you access to around 1,300 premium lounges at the airports around the world. Around 95% of the airports have one of these lounges, so it's definitely going to be huge value. And for $75 per person, you could add authorized users to your CSR account, and essentially you could add, let's say, 4 people, $300 a year for your family members, and you would be able to have them be authorized users that are then able to get into those premium lounges with you and get free food potentially at some of them, up to around like $28 to $30 worth of food at each one of those. So if you end up taking your family to 2 trips, that essentially right there is paying for the $70, $75 for that authorized user edition right there. So real quick, just to recap the pros and cons. The pros, you get excellent welcome bonus, which is those 80,000 points within $4,000 spent in the first 3 months. You get an annual $300 travel credit to help cut back that $550 expense that you have yearly with it. You get complimentary lounge access through the Priority Pass Select membership, plus you can add your family for $75 a piece and get around $28 to $30 of value and free food every time you bring them, aside from the lounge experience itself. You get that global entry, TSA Pre-check, and NEXUS fee credit. Plus, you get excellent travel insurance protection and points worth 50% more when redeemed through the Chase Travel or through one of their many partners that they have in the hotel and airline industries. The cons are the $500 50 fee itself, the $75 authorized user fee. That stuff can rack up now that you're adding in those additional people. No intro purchase or balance transfer, 0% APR, and the lower earnings rates on airfare and dining than some of the other premium cards. But all around, it's a reasonable card. Let me know what you guys think down in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.